The ANC says it is intent on learning from its past mistakes. Party President Cyril Ramaphosa says it's new and young candidates won't repeat these mistakes. He was speaking at the party's pre-election manifesto launch. Ramaphosa further said its candidate list has a high number of women. For more on this, we're joined now by eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones, who's live for us at that event. Pule, thank you so much for joining us. The president made some quite a long statement about the focus points for the ANC, but most people will be interested in what would be different if they were to continue to vote for the ANC, especially at municipality level.
Well, a very good evening, Masal, definitely. And he did highlight the fact that 46% of the candidates are female, but most importantly, this painting a picture of how, the candidate selection process has been diverse. We know this is one of the processes that have been giving the ANC a headache, especially just days before they go into the local government elections. One of the challenges that we saw today earlier when the president was campaigning in Ekurhuleni Ward 3 was residents actually, raising concerns around how some candidates were fielded, wrongfully so, and how the lists were manipulated. But joining me right now is one of the candidates who was here today, Sheila from Rustenburg, who's going to be talking to us about how this will be a new step in the right political journey to try and ensure that the local government does change if the ANC does get that opportunity. Sheila, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on eNCA. Quite a lot was being said by the president, and there seems to be a crop of young people who are joining the ranks of, candidates as well. You as well coming in with about 20 years of experience. How does it make you feel?
Very proud of myself and the party that deployed me.
And what would be your next step going back home tomorrow? What are some of the things you may seek to implement to improve the local governance in the area?
What is important in local government is participation, public participation of our citizens. It is very much important for our councillors to make sure that they communicate to the communities, because local government, we are in a democratic society, and it is very much important to give back to the people who voted us. Like I said, I pledge to make sure that I am there for the people, I account to the people, and it is very much important to give feedback to the people. That is why nowadays we are having so many crises. Councillors are not calling meetings, we are not going back to the community, so it is very much important when we start. And I can assure you that as the ANC, we are going to win. When we start, we must make sure that we give feedback to the community. We communicate more regularly with our communities so that you don't have so much strikes that are happening like now.
Sheila, you obviously know that the Northwest has come under a lot of challenges as well, especially under the leadership of the previous leaders, such as, embattled Supra Mahumapelo. Would you say that this time around there's some sort of, ideas and policies you'd like to implement in terms of administering the province forward and ensuring that there's also political unity to actually address the plight and issues of the people in the province?
Yeah, I think with the currently deployed premier, I think the ANC has taken the right direction. And of course, what is needed in government, whether it's the local sphere, the provincial or the national sphere, the kind of officials that we employ is very much important, because we come in as politicians, but we must also have the officials that are having capacity to make sure that what we are promising people, they are going to make it delivered to the people.
Thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much.
All right, there we go, Masal, saying that accountability is very much important to ensure that the right candidates are fielded in the positions of having been a councillor or being a mayor, to ensure that service delivery is administered. But what is quite important here, Masal, we were expected to speak to the president this evening, but that couldn't happen. We were actually told by the head of elections, Fikile Mbalula, that the president will only be engaging the media on a one-on-one basis on Tuesday after they launch their manifesto in Tshwane tomorrow. So there's been a bit of short tail of detail as to what will be different this time around from the ANC in terms of ensuring that their manifesto speaks to the concerns of the people and ensure that there is a bit of improvements. But also, we wanted to ask those questions around the issue of electricity and water tariff rates, which have been affecting not only citizens of Gauteng, but throughout the country as well. So there's still a bit of accountability that has to be put in place and answered by the president. But of course, the ANC officials saying that can only be done on Tuesday for now.